Alright, so I was scrolling through YouTube last night and saw a video where someone was powering a subwoofer with a JBL Charge 3, and it seems to have done very, very well on YouTube. So what I thought I would do in today's video, if we remember recently I did a review video of this, the DOS Soundbox XL. And if you remember, I loved this Bluetooth speaker until I dropped it on the floor and made some sort of air leak around the subwoofer driver. What makes this speaker good though for what I'm about to do in today's video is the fact that it has a dedicated subwoofer channel for the subwoofer in this speaker. So what we're going to do, seeing as it leaks air and it doesn't sound very good, is we're going to temporarily hook it up to the big Dayton Audio HO 12-inch subs and see how well a Bluetooth speaker can power big subwoofers on its subwoofer amplifier, and we'll also be able to see what it sounds like, if it sounds any good at all. So if you're interested in that, that's what we're going to be doing in today's video, so stick around for it. Let's pull this speaker back apart and hook up the subwoofer channel to these subs. Okay, so we've now got the Soundbox XL on my desk, and I will tell you now, there'll be a review video for this keyboard coming pretty soon. This is the Anne Pro 2. This was sent out to me for review, and I've been using it lately and really liking it. So I'll be making a video on that because that was part of the deal, me getting this sent out, is that I would make a review video for it. Nonetheless though, I've also got my really sketchy DIY mouse bungee, which consists of like 4 inches of masking tape. I've got one on the way as well. That'll be awesome. I will make some videos too with the gaming setup. I'm trying to work with BenQ. I'm just mentioning this now to subscribers so you know what's happening. I also have been talking with BenQ. There may be a potential there that I may possibly be getting a 144Hz monitor, because I game on a 60Hz monitor, and well, apparently there's a massive difference. I've never experienced 144Hz though. So I'm pretty keen if I can get this to go through with BenQ. Other than that though, I'm probably going to purchase a 144Hz monitor if that falls through, because to be honest, apparently I'm missing out on a lot. So we're going to try and pry this grill off. I don't want to damage it, so I've got to be relatively careful here. Okay, so it just folds up. It's been a while since well, actually the last time I would have pulled this apart would have been the last video I did. And there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 screws. This is what the DOS Soundbox XL looks like for those of you who remember. Actually, what I'll do really quickly, before I pull it apart, I'll go grab a drill in a second to pull it apart. I want to play a frequency tone generator through this. I want to see what sort of crossover is set on this subwoofer. That way we're going to get an estimation of how high it's going to make my subs play, considering they're tuned at 22 Hz and they don't really produce frequencies above 90. So this will be quite interesting. Let's get a tone generator up on my phone real quick, and we'll see what sort of frequency this sub crossover is set to. Alright, so I've just downloaded the first frequency generator I can off the Google Play Store, and as you can hear, or you can probably see, this subwoofer actually allows frequencies. This is 21 Hz right now, and you can see that the amplifier doesn't actually have a really hard low pass, low cut subsonic filter set on it. So it's definitely going to play those low frequencies through the subs, which is really cool. I'm going to turn this down now and put the frequencies up a bit. Let's hear, this is 31 Hz. So it's producing 31 Hz. You can see the subwoofer is moving quite a lot there. So we can tell that this is going to play low frequency. So I might even get some decaps going through. What we'll do is we'll play maybe like a 40 Hz. I think this is probably around the level in which the sub... Yeah, that actually doesn't sound too bad, besides that massive air leak should be really obvious now. I'd say around 42 Hz is where this sub's tuned to, because that actually sounds really nice. So let's just quickly, we'll turn the volume up a little, we'll step it up. 60, 68 Hz coming through, 86 Hz is still coming through. Okay, so I can feel there, this is about 183, 100 Hz comes through here, 120, 160. Once it gets to about 160 though, I can feel these little drivers up here are starting to vibrate a bit more. Step it up to 250, yep, it's all in these drivers. So I think this should actually sound too bad here once we partner, oh, there's ads on this. Once we partner this up with the subs, the frequency is obviously set quite low on this. This subwoofer is actually a dedicated sub and doesn't play too high. I was expecting this to play sort of mid-range frequencies, maybe up to a kilohertz, but that's not the case at all. So this will be interesting. I will go grab a drill, remove this, hook it up to the subs, and we'll see how it sounds. All right, so I've now removed all of the screws and we are inside of the Bluetooth speaker. And the good thing about this is the high frequency mid-range drivers are boxed in from the back, which means we'll be able to play them just like this and they should sound exactly how they would have sounded if the box was entirely closed, which is good because it means I don't have to put it back together and run the wire out of it. We're looking at the back of the woofer. It is a 4 ohm woofer, which means we'll be wiring my subs in series in today's video. That will provide us with a 4 ohm load for the amplifier instead of a 1 ohm. That way we're not overloading anything and potentially damaging it. So that's what we're gonna do in today's video. Let's go and plug the subwoofers in series and see how it performs. All right, I'm showing this on video because I know it's gonna annoy a lot of people, but this is one of the things that's really good about audio, especially for people of a young age who potentially don't have the money to do like crazy systems and whatever and just wanna play around with cheap stuff at home. It's always fun. You just muck around. Like this is entirely not how you do it. I've got a banana plug here, and then I've got the negative of the other subwoofer plugged into the back of it and duct tape down or masking tape down. That way it won't come out, and that's going to make an average connection, but it will connect nonetheless. And then over here we also have the other 2 channels plugged into a terminal cup here that is of a very low quality, as you can see by that. And it's just not what you should do, not how it should be done. And well, the other end of that, there are alligator clips, and that's what we're going to plug onto the back. But as silly as it sounds, and it all looks so stupid, and it's not how you do it, there's nothing wrong with this. It will work. It will pass that little 15 watts or whatever of power that sub in the Bluetooth speaker will be doing. So I encourage this sort of stuff. Muck around with audio and have fun with it. A lot of people take it too seriously. You just got to have fun with it, to be honest. Like, of course, if you have a really expensive amp, don't do anything like this ever. But if you're just mucking around with audio, enjoying it, do this. It's fun. It's whatever. It's not going to hurt anything too badly if something were to go wrong. I just encourage people to have more fun with audio and don't take it so seriously. On a side note now, though, the Bluetooth speaker is hooked up to the subs. And as you can hear, if I turn the frequency up, the subs are producing bass. So let's have a look at the subs and see what they're doing, and then we'll play some music through it. So I don't even know if the camera's picking this up, but this is full volume through the amplifier at 22 Hertz. I can feel it's vibrating. You can probably see my hand is vibrating, but the sub is moving such a little amount. Let's go. This is 29 Hertz. The sub is hardly even moving. We'll step it up to 40 maybe. That's 40 Hertz just there. It's producing a fair bit of bass. You can hear it's moving. There's a fair bit of power going through it. Well, not really a fair bit, but there's a bit of power going through it at 40 Hertz. What I'll try after this is just hooking up one sub. That way we'll get a 2 ohm impedance. Should get more power out of it. Let's try some music on this now and see how that goes. All right, so I've done a little bit of testing now, and from what I can conclude from what I've done so far is that if I run this at full volume, it runs the same amount of bass to the subs if I have this at like 75%, but the bass is a lot more audible at 75%. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna stick on some no copyright sound music. This is all I need. It's available on my No Copyright Music Sound or No Copyright Sounds music playlist on Spotify if you want to go check it out. Let's have a listen. So again, this is with both subwoofers at 4 ohms. We'll skip a little bit forward to the drop, and let's hear what it sounds like. Again, it's not a lot of power. These subs can take like thousands of watts instead of 15 between the two of them. So as you can hear, there's not very much bass at all. It's actually less than I thought there'd be. So I'm gonna try just hooking that sub up at 2 ohms, sorry, on that amp to get more power out of it. We'll see if that does anything differently. All right, so I can already tell one sub at a lower impedance is way louder. Have a listen. Tell me what you think. Heaps louder. So that just goes to show you we're one sub down, but we've got a lower impedance and it's a lot louder. So let's try and do both subs at 1 ohm. I don't know if the amp will even be able to handle it, but we'll test that out, see what it's like, see what it can do. Because if it gets louder again, this could be really, really cool sounding. All right, so to conclude that testing there, as you can hear, this is the one sub. when I plug in the second subwoofer, you can hear, maybe not there, but there is it's probably not turned up loud enough, but you can hear it ticking, which I assume is the amplifier clipping. So 2 ohms is the minimum impedance for this amp, and it doesn't sound too bad. So there you go, that's just a video mucking around powering a subwoofer with a Bluetooth speaker amplifier, guys. If you've enjoyed this video, make sure you chuck a like on it for more content just like it. Subscribe to my channel again for more content. Make sure you turn on the bell so you're notified when I upload a video. And with that being said, guys, I'll see you in the next video. I hope you enjoyed this one.